Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi class. Okay, so we continue with our this week topics, right? Because the previous video is just about partial derivative, and for this video, okay, in this video I will explain about total differential. Okay, because this week you have two topics that you need to cover, which is the partial derivative and total differential. Okay, so actually it's quite similar lah. Both are about differentiation. Okay, dua-dua tu kena buat. The previous one and also this one is regarding the differentiation. Okay, alright. So for total differential, okay, what's mean by total differential? Okay, the meaning of the total differential you can refer to the slides. Okay, so but in the short or in the quick one, what I mean by total differential here is if they have a changes in the variable x and y, so that's mean the total also must be have a changes, right? Okay, kalau perubahan pada nilai x dengan y dalam equation tu, of course total the final answer also must be changed, right? That one the quick one if you want to understand what's mean by total differential, but for the proper meaning you can refer to the slides. Okay, alright, so I can write here like this. Okay, we have two, okay, which is two variables, okay, two variable, and also the three variable. Okay, so what it mean is the two variable is involved with two variable means involved with two lah, maksudnya x and y, and three variable the function that involved with three variable maybe x, y, z. Okay, so I write here x, y. Okay, your function that involved with two variable x, y, and x, y, z for the three variable. Okay, alright. So for two variable, the what we call the formula for the total differential is given by this. Okay, fx dx. Okay, I just pronounce as dx, tapi actually is not d lah. There is a different is a changes of x. Tapi nak sebut changes of x instead of dx kan short lagi dx kan. So I just pronounce it as dx, but it's mean a changes of x. Okay, alright. So fx dx or changes of x plus fy times with dy. Okay, so okay, this is what I mean. If they have a changes of x and also changes of y, it will be affected the changes of z. Okay, itu maksud di total differential lah. Okay, so this one fx, fx is differential of x. Changes of x maksudnya perubahan yang berlaku pada nilai x, sama ada dia turun ataupun naik. So terpulang, but it's still a changes. So same thing here is fy, differential of y, and here is the changes of y. Okay, so this one is the formula for two variable. Okay, how about for three variable? Okay, three variable maybe we can use line. It's line z because z is under the variable. So you can choose any. Tak kisah pun nak guna huruf apa pun tak ada masalah. Okay, let's say I use dw. Okay, changes of w. So means that you will find out the fx and then times with changes of x plus fy changes of y and plus the extra thing here. Okay, dia ada tambahan lah kat sini, which is fz changes of z. Okay, so if they have happened changes of x, y, z, so that's mean it also be changed. Okay, your w also will be changed. Okay, so this is what I mean. This is the meaning of a total differential. Okay, so now I will give you example. Okay, example 1. Okay, let your z equal to fxy equal to 3x square y minus y square. Okay, so use partial differential. Okay, actually we use partial differential because this is partial differential, right? Fx, fy, fz is a partial differential, so you need to learn partial differential first, baru you boleh proceed with total differential. Okay, So use a partial derivative to estimate the change, okay, dz. Okay, the changes of z. Okay, changes of z means the changes of the function. With if the value of x and y is changed from 1 to 1.0 to 1.97. Okay, so I repeat again. The question here is let f equal to fxy. So this is your function, okay, equal to 3x squared y minus y squared. So the question asks you to use a partial derivative to estimate the change dz, the change of dz actually, the change of z, okay, the change of z if the values of xy change from 1 to 10.2 and 1.097. So the first value here is represent x, okay, the second is represent y. So means that it changes of x, okay, so I think for the first thing first, what you should do is you just write the formula first. Then, okay, you write the formula first, okay, fx dx plus fy dy. So then you can see clearly what the things that you should calculate first ataupun benda apa you nak cari. So based on this formula, you need to know what is your fx, changes of x, fy, changes of y. Means that there are 4 things that you need to calculate. So we find out fx first. Okay, what is your fx? So fx means you need to differentiate your function here with respect to x, right? So what we should get here, 6xy. Okay, this is your fx. And then calculate what is your fy. So you should get 3x squared minus 2y. Alright, then find out what is changes of x. Okay, changes of x, you can see that they have 2 values here. So changes of x means we know that either one lah, maksudnya dia kena tolak salah satu, tapi yang mana tolak yang mana dulu. So based on this statement, it state that it's changed from. So it changed from, so means that this is the old value, right? Okay, it changed from, okay, this is old value and this is a new value. So to get the changes here is a new value minus with the old value. Okay, the new value minus with the old value. So the changes of x here is 1.02 minus 1. So the changes here is a 0.02. Okay, and then how about changes of y? Changes of y is 1.97 minus 2. So it will be negative 0.03. Okay, so maksudnya dekat for x dia increasing, for y is decreasing. Okay, so after you get all these 4, so just substitute back into the formula here. Okay, so fx is 6xy, changes of x is 0.02, okay, plus fy is 3x squared minus 2y, and fy here is negative 0.03. Okay, right? So if you solve this one, you will still get a variable x and y, kan? Betul? But actually for total differential, if the question asks you to estimate the changes, it must be a number. Maksudnya dia kena you should give a number. Okay, you should give a number. So kalau you tengok, if you refer to this, you still get the unknown. You still have a variable x and y in this equation, right? So how to eliminate x and y? So you need to replace the x and y with a values. So which values that you will substitute here is a old value. So you need to every time when you up till this stage, okay, you should substitute the x and y with the old value, with the old one, not the new one, with the old value. So 6, the old value of x is 1, the old value of y is 2. Okay, then 0.02. Okay, do it the same thing for this one also. 3, 1 plus 2, 2. So negative 0.03. Okay, simplify. Okay, simplify, you calculate using calculator and so on. You should get 0.27 Okay, the final answer must be in term of numbers. Number must be a number. Okay, so make sure jangan stop sampai sini. Okay, ya, sini dah betul, but back in your mind, if the question asks you to estimate, means that is a number. You must give a number. Okay, so means that you need to substitute the x and y, even any variable that involved in your question, with the old values. Okay, right? Okay, so now, okay, this is the example of two variables. So I give you another one example. Okay, for the three variable. Okay, so example 2. In dimension, okay, sorry. The dimension in centimeter. Okay, the dimension in centimeter of a box changes from 962 to 8.98, 6.03 and 1.99. So use partial derivative to estimate, okay, the increment, okay, or the changes lah, okay, the increment of its volume. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, this is the question. Okay, like I said before, the first thing first, how we want to answer it, you need to write the formula. Okay, it's much easier if you write the formula first, because we know that what we want to calculate after that. So you can see that, of course, you can see that they have three numbers here, so that means it's three variables. So you just write first. Okay, fx, changes of x, fy, changes of y, plus fz, changes of z. Okay, so means that the first here is x, y, z. Okay, this is the old value, is it? Okay, this is the old value, because the statement here is changed from. So this is the old value, and this is the new value. Okay, so then where is the function? Okay, if you can refer back to the previous example, it's given to you your function. So then you can calculate lah fx apa, fy apa kan. But for this one, they have no function given. So how you can know what's function here? Okay, you need to think, figure out. From the question statement already, you can find your function actually. Okay, let's reread again the question. The dimension in centimeter of a box change from blah 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 blah. Okay, use a partial derivative to estimate the increment of its volume. So the keyword here is a box and volume. So what's the meaning behind of this two keyword here is the question asks you to find the increment of a box, the value of the box. So what's the formula if we want to calculate a volume of the box? Okay, volume so box. So maksudnya apa? Panjang, panjang tak lebar tak tinggi kan? So length times height times depth. Okay, so maybe I can declare x, y, z. This one is what we call length, height, and okay. So panjang, lebar, tinggi. Okay, I will let this one. So how to calculate volume? What's the formula to get a volume of a box? Okay, I choose V lah. I use V instead of W, because V indicates the volume. Okay, actually you can use any alphabet, tak ada masalah. Tapi saya just nak guna V because V is V for volume. Okay, alright. So we know that volume for the box is panjang darab lebar darab tinggi. Okay, maksudnya sebab because of I already let x, y, z is to length, height and so on kan. So V is equal to x times y times z. So this is my function. This is our function. Okay, this is our function. So so we need to find a differentiation of x, differentiation of y. So fx. What is fx? Differentiate this one lah. You differentiate this one. What is fx? So yz. What is fy? Z. What is fz x, y. Okay, so you already get these three. Then what is the changes of x, what is changes of y, and what is changes of z? So you can get the changes from here. So 9 minus, okay, sorry, 8.98 minus 9, 6.03 minus 6, and 1.99 minus 2. Okay, so this is a negative 0.02, and this is a positive 0.03, and this is negative 0.01. Okay, alright. Then we already get all these values that we need. You just substitute back into the formula here. So your dv is supposed to be, okay, yz times with negative 0.02 plus xz times with 0.03 plus what we have, xy times with negative 0.1. Okay, the same thing. You don't, please don't leave it this equation like this. I mean, you still need to fill up, or you need to substitute all these variable here with a numbers. So which number that we will choose? We will choose the old value here. Okay, we will choose the old one. So 6, 2 times negative 0.2 plus 9 to 0.03 plus 9 times 6 negative 0.01. Okay, simplify, or I mean calculate it, and you should get negative 0.24. Okay, negative 0.024. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, so let's say lah, imagine ataupun andaikan in the final or in the test ataupun in the quiz, after you calculate this, they have one more extra question, like this. Can you make a conclusion from the answer that you get? Macam tu lah, something like that. What can you conclude based on this answer? What can you conclude? You can conclude by referring to the sign, okay, to the sign, which is positive or negative. So here you have a negative, right? So means that negative means it's reducing, it's reduced. So you can say that the negative value shows that the volume of the box is reduced. Okay, so yeah, that's why it's extra thing lah. Macam maksudnya, maybe saya tak sure, maybe some of the question will be ask you another some sort of question like that. Maksudnya bukan setakat kira-kira, it can be ask you the conclusion that you can make from your answer. Okay, alright. Okay, so now yeah, I think we are finished of total differential. So this is the two example that I show you just now. The first one is for two variables, and this one is for three variables. So what I want to highlight here, okay, you can compare. The first one tadi dia ada bagi function. The second one, you need to come up with your own function. Actually not your own function, but you need to create the function based on the statement or based on the question given. Okay, so you must be creative. Maksudnya you kena lah, instead of just macam ni, you kena lah tahu juga what's the length, what's the formula for volume of the circle, of the sphere, and so on. Okay, you need to know. Okay, alright. Okay, class. So yeah, we are finished for week 3 lessons. So and then you can do your tutorial. Okay. Yeah, submit your tutorial in a group, just one per group. Okay, alright. So all the best for your quiz next week. Bye.